When I was 18 years old, I left home for college at the Virginia Military Institute. During our first semester, we weren't allowed to have cell phones. It's a different time. My parents, especially my mom, didn't love that idea. She just wanted to know that I was okay. So before I left, she made me promise her one thing. Once a week, we'd talk. I didn't know my schedule yet, so I told her I'd figure it out once I got there. And eventually I did. Tuesday mornings around 9 a.m., I could walk into the library and find this little cubby with a payphone. Yes, an actual payphone. And I'd call my mom. Sometimes we'd talk for 30 minutes, sometimes for an hour. I'd tell her how my week was going. She'd tell me how things were back home. And honestly, just hearing her voice that wasn't yelling commands at me was a gift. That weekly call became a routine. It didn't last perfectly forever. Life got a little messy for a while, but eventually we found our way back to it. And now, years later, that same routine exists, just slightly upgraded. Every Sunday afternoon, almost without fail, I FaceTime my parents. Sometimes it's 10 or 15 minutes. More often, it's closer to an hour, sometimes longer. We talk about the week, we talk about life, we talk about the world, trips, ideas, frustrations, wins and losses, everything in between. And here's the thing. This habit has been part of my life for almost 2 decades now. So much so that I don't even think about it as something special. It's just like breathing. It doesn't make the highlight reel, not because it's not important, but it's become just normal. But I can feel the difference when it doesn't happen. When I miss that call, my week it feels a little off. I notice the absence. I catch myself thinking, man, I wish I could tell my mom or my dad something and get their take on it. Because they're some of my biggest cheerleaders and some of my best sources of wisdom. When something really good happens in life, they're the first people I want to call. When something really bad happens, they're still the first people I want to call. And I know very clearly that this is a gift. Not everyone has parents who love them, support them, and still want to talk to them well into their adulthood. And I never want to take that for granted. But here's the part that matters for everyone. Even if you don't have the kind of relationship with your parents, you're not off the hook. Because one of the most important lessons I've learned is this. If life didn't give you those people, you can still find them. A mentor, a coach, a therapist, a trusted friend, someone older, someone wiser, someone willing to sit with you and talk with you regularly. And the best versions of those relationships, they're not one way. Yes, the one person may have more experience, and yes, one person may guide more than the other. But the strongest relationships are shared. They're honest, they're human. You don't just dump your problems and leave. You share life. You listen, you learn how someone else navigates the world, their wins, their failures, their growth. And that kind of relationship, it doesn't happen accidentally. It takes intention. It takes putting your phone down, letting silence exist, letting conversations breathe, letting someone really hear your unfiltered thoughts, and trusting them not to weaponize them. It might feel awkward at first. It might feel like you have to ask a few people and feel stupid about it. You might strike out once or twice. Do it anyways. Because having someone you check in with weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, someone who knows your life and lets you into theirs, it changes you. I can tell you how much this habit matters by how often I say, well, I was talking to my mom about this, or my dad mentioned something the other day, to the point where my friends who have never met my parents feel like they already know them. That's the power of a shared life. And that's really the goal. Not just talking for the sake of talking, but listening. Letting someone influence how you think, how you act, how you process the world. So here's my challenge to you. Find your person, or your people. Someone you trust, someone you meet with regularly. Someone who helps you grow and lets you help them too. Don't rush it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just don't live this life alone when you don't have to. Because one good, consistent conversation, one call you didn't skip, can quietly change everything about your week.